Hi, welcome to Variety Tech today. I've got some updates on the Red Hydrogen 1. Now, in my previous review that compared the Red Hydrogen 1 with the Rocket IO Pro 3D phone, one of the things that set the Rocket apart was its ability to display native 3D content, whether stills or video. The Hydrogen 1 could display 3D photos and videos, but it would always convert them to 4V or 4View. What that means is it would take the two viewpoints, use them to automate a depth map, so then what you would be seeing in the end is really only one eye view converted with that depth map into 4 views. This would not only reduce the stereo effect, often significantly, but it would also often introduce inevitable errors into the end result. This wasn't always bad. It looked okay most of the time. Here's an example of a picture of flowers taken with the Hydrogen 1 in its native 3D format. But when viewing in 4V, this is what it would look like. I can't replicate it on the screen exactly, but I can show you a motion form of it, which was made with the same exact depth map. You'll notice this one is pretty typical. It's not terrible. It looks okay, especially on the glasses-free screen. But you'll also notice that some of the background sticks to the foreground. Sometimes it would convert remarkably well. Like one of the best examples I can think of is this picture of a spider web. When it's in native 3D, you see how it really pops and you can see through the spider web into the background. And surprisingly, in 4V, it converted pretty well. You can still have that seeing through effect, but you'll also notice a little wonkiness, especially towards the bottom where the background sticks to the foreground and it's inconsistent. And one of the best showpieces for 3D I can think of is the introduction you see at IMAX theaters, where it has the countdown, but when you would watch it on the Hydrogen 1, it just was not the same. It lost a lot and so many errors it made it not worth it. However, the update is that the Hydrogen 1 had added an update for Leia Player. Not only do you have the option of 4V and 2D, but right in the middle you have a new one, ST. I guess it stands for stereo. But this shows you the native left and right images in all their glory. So now photos and videos really pop on the screen. And of course you can always use 4V if you want, if the stereo base is too wide, for instance, and that makes it look better, because sometimes it can. So you always have options, and options are good. So if you are on the fence about the Rocket or the Hydrogen 1 because you wanted to use it for a 3D viewer for your content, well, that may eliminate this issue, because now this is a good 3D viewer. So now there's just two reasons I can think of that the Rocket would surpass the Hydrogen 1. One would be their streaming service, Rockflix, but like I said in the last review, there's not a whole lot of content on there, and it's not like something you would need long term. And the other bigger issue would be that the Rocket allows you to watch any SBS content online, or especially on YouTube, directly in 3D. You have the 3D service function where you can click to adapt the screen for either side-by-side or top and bottom content, and it will display it as you're streaming. So no need to download and rename the file like you would with the Hydrogen 1. However, that's really a software issue, and theoretically that's something that could be done with the Hydrogen 1, but the phone's not being supported anymore, really. So right now, Leia, the company behind the screen, is not partnering with Red anymore, who made this phone. They're focused more on their own device, the LumaPad. So unless it's an app that could play back YouTube videos in 3D and it's compatible with the tablet and the phone, that's about the only chance you'll get. So I'll see you next time.